We meet again. Yes. Yesterday we talked about being part of the light, and there's a part of me that feels a bit guilty because I hope you weren't taking anything I said as being a joke or anything of that nature. I was reading from a Bible that I was not familiar with, and the wording was a little bit odd. I normally read from the New American Bible, and it's a little bit easier. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up reading the Bible. When I was 3 years old, my father had given me a children's Bible. And all throughout the children's Bible, there are so many amazing photos, so many amazing pictures. Picture of Moses being pulled up out of a basket. When he had given this to me at 3 years old, I found it amazing. I would go through it page by page by page, and I loved all the stories. I mean, there's the first story starting with how earth was created by God, and how he brought forth Adam and Eve and all the animals, and then it goes on to talk about, the story of Cain and Abel. Again, fascinating story about the curse of Cain when you take the life of another human being. Noah's Ark, another story about sin and how destructive the earth had become on all those people. The Tower of Babel, again, people thinking about anything but God. They thought that they could build buildings to God. And then the promises that God made to Abraham. Again, I went through each and every picture day after day as a little 3-year-old child, and then my mother would take me to church, and these stories just came into my heart, and I always knew that it was all true. It was all, God's love for all of us is amazing from the beginning of time till right now and right till today. He loves us unconditionally. I wanted to read to you all of Matthew, and I looked at the books and I thought maybe I would split them up and read each scripture, but I really wanted to get through to you how important it is to understand that, the Bible had been written over a period of many years, and there are people who say that Scripture is corrupted, and I don't know where that concept comes from. But you got to understand, there are people who want to discredit the Bible. They want to do away with religion. There are people who are living in ivory towers who are more than happy to stir up animosities between the different people and let you all kill each other off. These people living in their ivory towers would love it if you killed everybody off. But I would suggest that maybe you should consider a better way, because you cannot go around killing people off and not have it come back to you and hurt you. I want you to consider that maybe you've been lied to. Maybe you're being manipulated into hating others. There's no reason to hate other people. Jesus was the epitome of that. He said, you've got to love your brother. That is what he says. In any event, I grew up with the Bible in my hand. I grew up reading Scripture. My favorite, of course, was the book of Revelation, just because of the picture that the author painted with his words. It always was amazing to me. Anyway, I'm glad you have joined me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of my series. Thank you.